What's up guys, and welcome back to another episode of the Realistic Summer Career Mode. This is episode number 85, and we're starting today's stuff on the back of our big 4-0 victory over Espanyol in our first game in the Metropolitano this season, so we get back-to-back wins to start off with, and back-to-back clean sheets as well, as we advance through to Friday, where the draw for the Champions League group stage has been conducted. And in our first year at the Metropolitano with Atletico Madrid, we will be taking on in the Champions League group stage. Oh, I tell you what, that is a tough group there. We're in Group D, and we've got Liverpool, last year's Champions League finalists in real life, of course, under Jurgen Klopp. We've got Sporting Lisbon, of course, one of the top teams in Portugal, and Victoria Pilsen as well, who have been a Champions League staple, or a European staple, I should say, for quite a while now, the Czech Republic side. So, that's a tough group there. That's a tough group. Victoria Pilsen, I think, probably statistically would be considered a weaker side of the group, but really, Liverpool, one of the best teams in Europe, let alone England. Sporting, one of the best teams in Portugal, last year in real life, of course, got out of their group, finished in the last 16, getting humbled by Man City in the end, but even so, got to the knockout stage as well. That's a pretty tough group there. That's a pretty tough group. I definitely think, no doubt about it, we should be targeting second at the absolute minimum, but I don't think that's a group where we go into it and think, yeah, we can rest all of our players and win 6 games out of 6. Absolutely not. It's a tough group there, and I've got to say, with our first game coming against Liverpool as well, we get off to a tough start with our first 2 games against Liverpool and Sporting. Well, put ourselves in a hole. You know, Champions League, before goal difference, it goes head-to-head if you level on points. That's a tough one there, and the first 2 games are going to be absolutely massive against Liverpool and Sporting Lisbon. Still, first game on today's episode, you'll have seen a big coming in for Jan Oblak. Of course, I made him my captain this season, Jan Oblak, the Slovenian shot stopper. Been here for so many years now. He's 33 years old, he's 91 overall. Chelsea putting in a bid, but no, I'm not going to sell him. I said I want this team to get younger. We do need some leaders here, and Oblak is a leader at his Athletic Madrid side. He's now official club captain, and I'm going to keep him. And after back-to-back clean sheets, I don't think I'll regret that. Having said that, he will concede his first goal of the season in our first and only game of today's episode. Not much you could do about it, but Cadiz took the lead against our Atletico Madrid side, and I was thinking, this was not in the script. Our first 2 games, our first home game and our first away day as well. Our second game very convincingly 4-0 too. This was not in the script. So after we went a goal down, I made a tactical change, switched to a 4 at the back and tried to get a bit more width on the pitch as well. And pretty much right from kickoff, got ourselves a chance. Good save, but from the corner, how good was this to see? Fabio Santos. Oh yeah, first goal for Atletico Madrid, signed a Brazilian centre-half from our former team, Inter Milan. I said he didn't get much game time at the San Siro because Bastoni, Gasparoni and Santoro were just that good. Plus Dumfries also plays centre-half as well. But in this team, you'll be one of my main centre-halves in this side. Scores his first goal for the new club and a leveller as well. But how about this? Just a few minutes afterwards. Oh, come on, ref. That is soft. That is soft. That is never a penalty. Manu Sanchez seems to upend his man, but it's never a spot kick. What's that old saying? Ball don't lie. Ball don't lie. Che Adams denied from 12 yards by Jan Oblak. But a few minutes afterwards... Yep, got to take the blame for that one. It's an unlucky goal to concede, but got to take the blame for that one. You know me, I like to play fast counter-attack in football, and yeah, Oblak catches the corner, and I'm trying to volley it out wide to start a really quick breakaway attack with Enzo Fernandez, and instead... it hits Santos in the face. It comes to Barkok. His first shot is blocked and his second shot finds the back of the net. Cadiz restored the lead despite missing the spot kick, and it's 2-1. And 88 minutes in, desperately trying to find a leveller. I couldn't, and that was how the game would finish. And this was not in the script. Cadiz 2, Atletico 1, and I threw this game away. I should have won it. Far more shots, better XG, had some chance. I had a couple of golden chances in the first half as well, particularly that chance for Messi's regen running through 1-on-1. Went for a chip and got it horribly wrong, but a 2-1 loss to Cadiz. That was not in the script. That's a really, really poor defeat. And so I thought, okay, alright, 2 wins and a loss. It's not a disastrous start, but after spending over £400 million, instead of over £100 million in the budget, I got to make my Van de Beek replacement. You would have seen my midfield for that game there against Cadiz. I had to rest a few players for fitness and fatigue reasons. I thought, I've got to get someone in to replace the Dutch midfielder. I've got to get someone in to replace Donny van der Beek. And I thought, well, Santos scored the lever in that game, the former Inter Milan centre-half. I don't want to sign all of my old boys, but I love him. I love him. I love him. And he's perfect. He's absolutely perfect for this system as well. So I had to bring him with me to the Metropolitano. Santos is in. He's made a good start. 1 goal already in 3 games and 2 clean sheets as well. But I said to Inter, I need my guy through the middle back as well. Khéphren Thuram, one of my absolute favourite players in this year's FIFA. We negotiated a £71 million deal, and that's an absolute steal in my... He should be valued higher than that, he really should. Now, I know the market valuation is based on, you know, player rating and an age as well, but I think it also should be determined on things like form as well. That will be harder to calculate, of course, but for me, Thuram would be valued way 64.5 mil. This guy was a staple of my 5-3-2 of Inter last season. He was an absolute beast through the middle of the park, scored some crucial goals, including the dagger at the Etihad Stadium in the Champions League semi-final. He can do it all. He's 6'4" with high work rates. Defensively, great. Going forward, great. Right through the middle, great. 91 stamina. 6'4" again. High work rates. I do wish the strength was a little bit higher for a 6'4" lad. Very tall. I'd love to get it higher, but it's maxed out with 79 right now. But when you look at his stats here, I mean, he's absolutely perfect for this Atletico Madrid side. I mentioned, you know, with Nikolic, when we signed him, I need to be better on the defensive end, because all 3 of my CMs, they need to be able to work together as a unit when defending and being behind the ball as well, and also good enough to break away and join the attack. Fernandes can do that. You know, Nikolic will be able to do that as well. Again, he's got the potential to be special, as we know, so he's going to grow really quickly, but Thuram is literally the perfect man to do that. He can break up attacks, he can join the attack, he can stay back as a deep line playmaker, he can do everything, this guy. So Khéphren Thuram in, and as the Van de Beek replacement, I said, I can get someone as good, if not better, and someone younger. I've done that. Thuram, 4 years younger, a couple of ratings higher, and again, so well balanced. This guy can do literally anything. So following that, we signed a new backup goalkeeper, a third choice goalkeeper. Again, for the realism, I wanted a third choice goalkeeper here. We won't use him, of course, but Juan Jara, 16 years old, shows great potential as well, so I like that. I really do. I was tempted to bring back David De Gea. I was really tempted. He's at Southampton right now, but it'd be a backup behind Jan Oblak. Of course, came through the Atletico Madrid Academy before moving on to the Red Devils. I was tempted, but I thought, nah, I've got to spend my pennies wisely on deadline day, because I want to make sure I don't just get 1 really solid player for my squad, but 2 or possibly 3. So the following signing I'd make after Juan Jara, our new third choice goalkeeper, was a new central midfielder. I said we need new central midfield depth in this team here after selling Donny van der Beek. Valverde's gone. We need more CMs in this team here. And I used this guy in my La Liga career with Granada, and he was really solid. And that's what I'm looking for here. Players off the bench that can do a really good job for me when I'm asked to call upon them. The sort of, you know, you'll have these sort of players like I do as well. Sort of players who they don't play very much. Regular game time is not something they understand. They're very rarely consistently in the first 11 unless you've got an injury crisis. But when you throw them in for a cup game or a midweek clash or a European game, for example, they'll do the job. They'll do the job, and then they'll go back in the reserves. This guy could do that with me at Granada, and I know he'll be able to do it with me here as well at the Metropolitano. For 28.5 mil, it's Monchu, and again, he's got one of my favourite traits in the game, the solid player trait. And again, one of the reasons I picked this guy up is because he's got the energy we're looking for at Atletico. All of my players want him to have high stamina. Monchu's got 90 stamina, and again, all round, look at his stats here. Where's the negative? Where's the negative? Where's the bad thing about this guy? Well, perhaps not amazing going forward as you know, someone that could pop up on the SG area a la Frank Lampard, but defensively, fine. Passing, great. Energetic, yes. He's got everything I want. And for 28.5 mil again, the sort of player in this midfield trio, everyone's got to work hard, both in and out of possession. Everyone's got to be able to do all the things I require in them. I don't want, one midfielder that's a great creator and one midfielder that's a great defender. I want them to be able to do all of it. I want all of my midfielders to be able to do every part of their game through the middle. Not one ball-in midfielder and one advanced playmaker. No, they can all be a ball-in midfielder. They can all be an advanced playmaker. They can all be a box-to-box. I want my midfielders to be able to do everything, because rotation will be key when you're going for multiple honours. So Monchu can do that. Thuram can do that. We know Fernandez can do that. He's so versatile. Nikolic, we're going to turn him in to be able to do that as well. Modric's regen. So yeah, really happy with that signing there. And he's exactly the sort of player I wanted. So Monchu in. And our final signing on deadline day was a new centre-half. Again, don't really need him, but I wanted to keep on getting a good young Spanish talent. Xavier Ayala playing for Eddie Howe at Newcastle United. 73 rated, 17-year-old centre-half. And I looked at him and thought, I just want to bring him in for the height, man. Like, seriously, this guy's a giant. He's an absolute giant. 6'7", Xavier Ayala. And it's funny because our centre-halves actually aren't the tallest. I mean, Tommy Yasu's 6'2", yes, but, Santos is 6 foot. Obviously, on the bench, the lad we signed from Brighton is only 5'10". Duarte is only 6 foot. We've not actually got a very tall back line. But this guy, man, is an absolute giant. 6'7", he shows great potential. He's got 87 strength as well. Get that low defensive work rate up to high, and this guy could be a really invaluable player. I'm thinking about this guy as like a Per Mertesacker in this team. Do you remember back in the day, sometimes Arsene Wenger would actually like throw Mertesacker up top with long balls into the box, sort of like a gung-ho, last-minute type of chance, I'm thinking about that with Ayala, man. 6'7", I couldn't pass him up, man, seriously. But as deadline day will come to an end, we rejected a loan offer here for Sorana, and also Sugawara just signed him, but of course that was going to get turned down as well. But after spending £529.5 million, you look at it and actually it was a net loss of only around 90 million. We only had a net loss of around 90 million in our first season with Atletico Madrid, but I've got to say, after spending over £500 million in the summer window, we had to get to work straight away with Atletico Madrid. It might not have been as old as the Inter Milan side we inherited, but it was still quite old. There were quite a few players here that were what you call deadwood. There were a few players here that didn't really fit the culture I was looking to build. I wanted to bring in more of a Spanish core, reduce the average age of the side, and with my identity, I wanted to carry on what Diego Simeone's done. Got a really hard-working, energetic team that are very aggressive and have great cohesion too. That was the key for me. That was the key. It's not all about being flashy and stylish at Atletico Madrid, really. Yes, we want a bit of that. We've got that with Ceballos coming in, but for the most part here, players that can do the nitty-gritty sort of stuff and are really, really good at being versatile as well. That, to me, was the key with Atletico Madrid, building a side who could really do multiple roles in one go, because, again, rotation is really important when you're going for a treble. So you look at the players that left here, many players in their 20s and also a couple in their 30s, like Christensen and also Ika Munian, Sardar Azmoun as well. But the players coming in here to the Metropolitano, my goodness, Garcia, Monchu, Verdejo, as we go through Nikolic here as well, Jara, Marquez, so many free talents here, Moyano, Carrizo, Herrera. These guys won't play much, but they will add to the squad depth here. But it really is a much younger team. It's got a much better identity. And for, signing as many players as we did here, 17 new signings in the window. This is the sort of Atletico Madrid side I wanted. You look at the midfield, and that to me was the key with Atletico Madrid here. We've got 2 new CMs and 1 on the bench as well. All of my CMs can both defend, can attack, can create as well. Our back line has got a lot more cohesion as well. Very good when going forward at wing back, which is what we need, with no wingers as well. And up top, Ceballos coming in, Messi's regen, a complete forward too. And of course, Modric's regen as well. I'm loving how the side is looking. A much better identity, rebuilding the side. Transfer window done. This is the team we'll have for probably the entire season now. And after 2 wins in 3, it's not really a perfect start and a tough Champions League group to come. The question is, how are we going to begin this first season at Atletico? Stumbling out the blocks like we do with Inter, or flying high? But that will end today's episode of the Realistic Summer Criminal, guys. Big fan of watching. Hope you have enjoyed it from Triple Like. Most of you all have a fantastic day, and I'll see you for the next episode featuring our first CL game against Liverpool very soon.